Welcome back to the Sentinel Report. Alex Newman, your host here. Folks, we just had Lucas Miles. I hope you caught that segment talking about the paganization of America. And less than a year ago, we had Charlie on this program, Charlie Kirk, and we asked him about the threat, and he said it was demonic, as Lucas just illustrated and explained. And then we asked him what the solution was, and just unambiguous. Education. We've got to rethink education. He says we've got the whole purpose of education wrong. He actually said, I know this is going to be a radical statement, but we've got to get the government out of education. And I can't think of anybody better to bring on the show today to talk about the continuation of that incredible legacy that Charlie left than the incredible Dr. Hertzberg. This is the man that Charlie Kirk put in charge of the education division of his incredible organization. I've had the blessing and honor and pleasure of working with him, speaking at some of their events, and Dr. Hutz is just incredible. Hutz, welcome to the program. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex. It's great to be with you. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Dr. Hutz. So obviously the world has really changed quite significantly since September 10th. I understand you guys are busier than ever, and I'm just so grateful for that, despite the horror of this whole situation, the incredible, tragic loss of Charlie Kirk. But talk to us about what's going on at Turning Point Education in the aftermath.
Well, thank you so much, Alex. You know, it's really been, I'd have to say, supernatural response into what's happened since September 10th. Speaking just for our division, we were already increasing in interest and in support and those that wanted to connect with us, work with us prior to September 10th. Alex, after September 10th, it's just been an explosion of interest. And if anything, it helps softens the blow of losing our leader, our founder, our CEO, and Charlie Kirk. But since September 10th, we have heard from 202 countries across the world. I'm just talking about my division, Turning Point Education. And so 202 countries. We've had 1.6 million curriculum orders, again, just in the last 40 to 50 days for our curriculum. In a normal month, it's 100 to 1,000, and we're at 1.6 million, if you can believe that. So mind-boggling numbers. 1,300 different groups have indicated they want to start schools with us. There's approximately 1,200 folks that said we want to become affiliates. We want to go through the process of actually affiliating in a tangible way with Turning Point Education. And we've had, I don't know, 15, 16, 17,000 emails, offers of help, support, encouragement, partnership, giving, donation, prayer. I mean, it's just been an unbelievable amount of interest. And so we're so thankful for all of that. We continue to process all of that. But it's really been it's the good that has come out of something that has been very, very bad and tragic.
Yeah, and it really has been amazing to see this. I mean, we all had our hearts broken to see Charlie martyred like that, but to see what God is doing in the aftermath, not just through Turning Point, but just across the whole country. I mean, churches are seeing all these new people come. It's just incredible. And I think one of the greatest contributions that Charlie made to our country is just kind of opening the Overton window a little bit on this issue of education. Talk to us a little bit about why Turning Point Education exists. What are some of the programs that you guys do? What's the objective over the long term?
Right. Well, you know, Charlie has been going to college campuses for about 13 years, 12, 13 years, right up to his last day on this earth. And if anybody had a pulse on what was happening on college campuses, it was Charlie. And Charlie began to see what some others of us were also seeing independently, and that is the indoctrination, the woke indoctrination that you speak so powerfully about, Alex, which we appreciate so much. It was actually happening and is happening long before the students get to college. And Charlie began to see this. It's happening in high school and junior high. We would even say it's happening in grade school, unfortunately. And so Charlie made the intentional decision that we wanted to do something to address the issue sooner rather than wait till they get to college when you're trying to undo all of the woke ideologies that are already baked into these students earlier on. Myself, I've been in Christian higher education for about 20 years, and I began to see the same thing in Christian schools. And so I made the intentional decision to go younger myself and become president of a K through 12 school in the northern suburbs of Chicago. That is where Charlie and I became connected because he was a student there at that school years before I got there, but his reputation, his relationship still existed. In fact, that's the school that Charlie committed his life to Christ in 5th grade. And so I went, as I've grown older, I've gone younger. Charlie began to see the need to grow younger in terms of reaching students. And so he reached out to me, as you said, in June of 2022 to lead this new division, Turning Point Education. And so really there's so much that we can do, Alex. And I feel like, you're on the cutting edge of the things that need to be done. But essentially we're focused on 4 or 5 major areas. The first is we're seeding 5C schools across the country, and those 5Cs are Christian, classical, conservative, collaborative, cost-affordable schools. We do educator summits, and we've been so privileged to have you speak at our educator summit. We've done 4 now across the country, and looking forward to our 5th that's coming up this year. We've created a number of pieces of curriculum where we feel like there's been a need. We haven't heretofore decided intentionally to create a full K through 12 curriculum. We may move in that direction, but we've seen specific areas of need. We've created a Constitution kit, a Patriots Catechism, Christian economics curriculum for high school. Wherever we see that there's a need or an opportunity, we've created some curriculum. And then we have an association of people like yourself, and I'm sure many of those that are listening today that care about education, that want to join arms together and make a difference, to work collaboratively and collegially. And we now have well over, I think it's about 600 affiliates, individual affiliates, school affiliates, and organizational affiliates that share our values. And together we're trying to make a bigger difference in the education world. And again, that's so much of what you do. And then lastly, in our newest initiative, which we're very excited about, and we were able to launch this just 1 week before Charlie was assassinated, and that's our Prep Year program, a post-high school 9-month intentional program to really give students a great foundation in the great book, we say, the great books of Western civilization, the great documents of our country, and also to have great mentors and teachers and professors. Many of the people that your listeners would recognize come in and really mentor and pour in and invest in these students. So that's what we're trying to do in a nutshell. We have some other things that we do along with it, but those are our major initiatives that we're trying to really reach the next generation in a kind of a multi-pronged approach.
Well, praise the Lord, Hutz. It's so encouraging to know that. And I mean, Charlie was very fortunate to get you. You had an incredible career before taking over TPUSA Education. I mean, you were the executive pastor at Moody Church in Chicago. You were on faculty at Trinity International University, Trinity Evangelical Divinity School, Wheaton College. I mean, you've seen the whole education thing, even the Christian education thing, and I'm just so grateful that you're doing what you do. Before we let you go, Hutz, how can people pray for this organization? How can people get involved? How can people support it if they decide they want to do that?
Yes, thank you so much. Well, probably our good starting point would be turningpointed.com. That's our website, all one word, turningpointed.com. And there, everything that I just said is explained in a little bit greater detail, Alex. But the one area that I would point people to is what I was just talking about is to join arms with us in our association. There's no charge. There's only benefits. You're in the inner circle of what we're doing to try to make a kingdom difference in the world of education for this next generation of students. And so we would love for any of your listeners to be a part of that. That really puts you in the inner circle of what we're about. We have a lot of folks that are in our universe, but those that are in the association are in the inner circle. So that would be a specific, tangible thing that your folks could do. And we are very grateful for your prayers. I know you feel the same way, that we are in a spiritual battle. It's a lot more than just numbers and all kinds of programs and initiatives. We see this as a spiritual battle for the heart and soul of our children, for the next generation. We look at it that way. We lead with the fact that we're Christian. We don't pull any punches on that. We're committed to Christian education, not generic education. And so we'd appreciate just that God would continue to use us to make a difference in the lives of these precious children that we have the privilege of investing in.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm so grateful for all the work you guys are doing. So grateful for the foundation that Charlie left here for you and other great, great men of God to build on. Dr. Hutz Hertzberg, thank you very much for joining us today. I hope we can talk to you again soon.
Great. Thank you so much. Great to be with you.
Thank you, sir. God bless you. Folks, go check it out. It's at turningpointed.com, turningpointed.com. Keep these wonderful people in prayer. They are still reeling from the horrific loss of Charlie Kirk. And of course, Charlie can never be replaced, but he would not want us to stop this very important work. And as he said on this show the last time he was on here, if we don't deal with the education thing, what's the point? We've got to deal with this. It is a spiritual battle. We all need to be involved. Stay with us. We'll be back after this quick break here on the Sentinel Report.
Hello, everyone. I'm excited to announce the next generation of energy drinks, Rev 7. It has no sugar and no caffeine. Instead, Rev 7 uses GoBHB. GoBHB is one of the body's primary ketones, and it provides the most efficient and clean fuel that your body needs. It also helps you stay energized all day with no crashes. Not only that, it produces 3 times more brain energy than sugar, which helps boost your memory, focus, and mental sharpness. It also helps reduce stress and helps balance your mood. Rev 7 does all that while being the best tasting energy drink ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% today. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7. For a limited time, you get our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. I drink Rev 7 every day, and I absolutely love it, and so will you.